Alright, let's go on 12 north. Let's rock and roll. Fair enough. Cool. That's one way to start the game. Jeez. Oh. I mean, like Ali, you know. Good pressing by Junglong, by the way. That's the key. So if you put pressure on them, people make mistakes. Same way if they put pressure on us, we make mistakes. Please, internet work. Good ball by them. Well done. Good kept. Good Toshi. Brilliant. I like it. What I would say is, if potentially early crosses are generally better crosses. No, you've done well there, to be fair. So I wouldn't mind either, because we know Ali's fast as lightning, to play those early balls with the inside of your foot, where you kind of put a bit of spin on it and you kind of whip it, where you see it can kind of, if you hit this side of the ball, it'll start whipping, and that's kind of what you see at the professional level, where it kind of curls onto your teammate's run, and then it's a goal every time because you're running onto the ball towards the goal. That's something to think about in terms of leveling up your game. So early crosses are better if possible, because when you do this type of cross, the defenders are scared as well, because they're thinking, oh crap, am I going to do an own goal? Am I kicking out for a corner? I don't want to do that, blah, blah, blah. But it's also easier to score in terms of Ali. And defenders have less time to get back if you cross early. Just one little point, but it was great. It was phenomenal. Nothing wrong with this. Good cross. Really, really good. Let's see how we set up, just because once again we've changed a few things this term. Let me just see if I've got the right microphone on. Alright, hopefully it should be fine. Alright, so other way around. So this term, this is what we did last term, so I don't have any issues with it because that's what we learned and that's what we remember. But this time around, what I want to see is left wing in a position where you're close enough to press the defender, but also you're blocking the pass to their winger. Jamie, I want you here, so where you can block the pass to the winger, but be ready to press their defender. And then Ali, you drop in to mark up wherever their midfielder is. Okay. So it's really important, because I said this in the last video, and yet we're still doing it. So it means you're not watching the video. So for the parents and players that are watching the video, please encourage the other teammates to do so. Encourage the other parents that make their kids watch it. Otherwise, their football brain doesn't get better. And then, you know, they're not learning. So we want to make sure, Junglong, you're close enough to mark and press your player. But whenever we are pressing and defending, we also want to see if we can do two things at once. So kill two birds with one stone. Where Junglong, you stand here, you're blocking the pass to that winger, so you're eliminating him. But also if the ball does go short, you're close enough to press and steal the ball and go score. So Jamie, here, you're blocking the pass to the winger, but in a position where you can still press the person you're meant to be marking. Okay, so it's not marking your player here, Jamie and Junglong, because if you do that, or what would they do? They just play straight to him. It's game over. So we need to do two things at once. We need to be think about multiple things at once. And then defenders, we don't want to be a million miles away. Once it's played short, we want to go press. So defenders, that right defender needs to press their right winger. That centre defender slides across. That left defender slides across. So, for example, if our left defender's here, we need him sliding across the middle of the pitch. Our centre defender can then slide across and cover our right defender. And our right defender comes and marks the winger, because now it's on this side. What's on the left side? Sorry. So, you know, convert what I said. So it's on the left side, so we all commit to go on the left side. We'll see if we can get a zoomed out picture so we can learn more about this better. Good, James. Well done. Perfect. So what James did exactly what I was trying to say before. So what sometimes we do is we let this guy be free because the defenders think, oh no, we're pushing up too far in the pitch and we're letting lots of space in behind us. Where have I gone, by the way? So this is perfect what we're saying. So James pushed onto his left defender, his left winger, because he's a left defender. We don't want him dropping off far away. So this is awesome what he did. He closed down really closely, and we don't want to let this guy turn. We want him to play back into Ali and Junglong and make him panic. He does a good idea to bounce, but James covers it quite well. And since James has committed to going to the left winger, I need my center defender to come cover James and my right defender to come cover the center defender. So press, cover, slide across, something we spoke about in the tactical masterclass. If the closest player presses, then the other must cover, the third player must slide across. So then we're all kind of on the same side of the pitch. So if we cut the pitch in half, okay, we have our closest player pressing, second closest covering, and then the third furthest defender comes over kind of halfway, so to this line. Okay. If you don't understand these things, please ask me at training, before the games, after games. It's very important. If you're thinking like, what the hell did he mean just then? Just ask me, message me, something. Because it annoys me when I explain it, but you guys don't do it. But maybe I suck at explaining. Then tell me. Don't tell me that goes in. Oof. That would have been beautiful. Alright, we've already learned this, so hopefully we can find somewhere where we're playing out from our back. Yeah, here we go, perfect. Oh, they scored, did they? Okay, let's watch that. Because we've already explained the issue with how we're pressing isn't correct. It's okay, but it's not exactly what we're trying to learn as a team. Let's see what went wrong here. Alright, we're going to go from here so we can see a bit of a build-up play before we concede that goal. Bear with me while this loads. Alright. Well kept by Jaffa. Well done for playing the ball. From what I see already, we're actually moving the ball, which is probably why we had success this match. So cool, we played backwards when we had to. Perfect, we don't need to force it. So I don't mind the idea, but it was a little bit risky there. So, because he was behind the defender and because Ali's not actually moving to present, Toshi, it's a great pass, but it's not on at the moment. So if Ali showed his arms, if he showed some intensity in terms of he's coming to receive or if he's pointing in behind or coming to short, that would have been a nice pass because it thread through all of it. That's brilliant. In this situation where Ali doesn't look interested, we haven't got that connection between you two of, okay, this is actually, it's on, I would suggest, can we play out, can we go around these defenders? Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders here. You did well to get it through regardless. It was a very low percentage of working. So can we try to find the high percentage passes? Because what I'm looking for is, can we keep a lot of the possession and can we get a lot of pass rings? So our goal for all our teams is, I want to see, can can we get 10 plus passes without losing the ball multiple times as a normal thing? So here it shows that we have, but can we do that frequently and more often? That's something that we're trying to do. All right, so this is cool what we've done. Can we do it more? And that this so far, as I mentioned, it did look like this game we were playing defeat, and it really shows in the result that it worked. So that's what we're trying to say. Let's go stats just so we have a little look. So pretty even in terms of possession, all that sort of stuff. But the pass strings is what I'm looking for mostly. Analytics. So let's see, because sometimes does it know which way we are. First match period. Opponent, own team should be right side. Oh, sides. So this is something that I have to play around with. I'm learning myself. Second match period should be swap sides, I presume. So cool. Well done. Beautiful. So yeah, I'd like to see that's probably switched out, but James, I'd like to see you open up the pitch a little bit more there and ask for those passes. And once again, just be careful of how far we get committed. So we want to stay goal side there, James. Go, especially with these players who may be faster. We want to give yourself that allowance to be further behind the person you're marking. So then you have a head start and an advantage at getting the ball if they play long passes in behind. I may pause this soon just because it's lagging. Alright, it's been a little while since I've had to pause it for a while. Hopefully it's loaded. So far not. Otherwise I'm going to have to get a new laptop. So, alright, let's try this again. So it seems like quick transition. Like we say, as soon as we lose the ball, we have to be careful. So yeah, pretty much all our goals, or most of our goals, comes from the fact that these balls get put in behind and we get caught trying to chase and run too far. So something we need to recognize with our own selves, and I've mentioned this a few times to some players, is recognize, are you that type of player who's super fast? If you are, you can get a little bit lazy and get away with bad positioning. If you are a player that you know, hey look, most people, or the person I'm marking is faster than me, then I have to play smarter and go, okay, cool. I'm not going to catch him for speed, so can I drop off and give myself as much of an advantage as possible? Recognize, okay, I'm not the type of player that's going to be able to chase and win these tackles. I'm going to have to make sure that I'm in front of the defender and I'm slowing him down and I'm using my body to win that ball. So in this instance, this can happen to everyone, it happens to all of us. So this ball in behind gets us caught off guard, and now we're chasing, and now we're behind that defender, and then it's dangerous for all. Here is just kind of bad defending in terms of we're not getting in front of our marker. To be fair, got deflected, so we can't do too much about it. But these are some very small, minor things to consider when defending. You can't always win these. It's they're difficult to defend for sure. That's why we say to put low and hard crosses in. But we want to make sure here that we know where the player we're marking is. So we want to make sure that we know where our player is and recognize, can we try to get to that ball first? Don't let them get to the ball first. Okay, so here, where there's three of us, three of them, can we ensure that we're marking our player closer and trying to really anticipate and react and maybe guess or have the expectation that our goalkeeper isn't going to always catch the ball. But to be fair, it's pretty quick, can't do much about that. But that's just something to keep in the back of your mind. But I think regardless of what you did, they're probably going to score that anyway. It's just how it goes. So no issues with that whatsoever. I'm going to have to try to get a new laptop. Hopefully that makes this less laggy. It is all a work in progress. Otherwise it might be my internet, who knows, but the lag is annoying me. Good, so Junglong's meant to go. Could he start closer, but this is good. Well done, perfect. So that's a good press. It's a really good press. I'm going to have to pause this again. I'll be back shortly. So I'm totally fine with that in terms of Jaffa. That's brilliant. It's actually what you're meant to do. Kingston, just work on your passes, work on your skills at home, and make sure you keep coming to training. In saying that, that is the only passing line there is. So it's actually up to us to get there, Junglong. It's up to us to get there. I think maybe that's Toshi coming back. So that is the pass line. He can't go there. He can't go there. So he's actually gone to the right spot. So it's not actually the goalkeeper's fault whatsoever. We actually have to get into those passing lines so we can receive. So as soon as we see that ball go to the goalkeeper, we should recognise we shouldn't be walking Junglong. We should be thinking yes, 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 and be calling for the ball. Because at the moment he's just kicking wherever he can. No one's actually asking for the ball. No one's actually providing an option. So we should be seeing. Look at this massive gap between them. That's the only spot the ball can go through. And to be fair, he gets it straight through the middle of that gap really, really nicely. He didn't hit any of the defenders. It's up to us to realise that, anticipate that, and actually get there. So, well done, goalkeeper. Very good. But, slow reaction. We're dawdling. Another thing here in terms of defending. As soon as we see that, we must go towards the ball. Block the shot first and foremost. That is the threat. The closer you get to the ball, James and Jaffa, the more likely it's going to hit your body. And, of course, this guy will be offside. So, go towards the ball, James and Jaffa, if it's this close to goal. 1, you'll block the shot. 2, if they pass, it's offside. So, please ensure walking James and slowly reacting Jaffa is no good. Go towards that ball. So, let's watch your reaction. See your reaction. So first and foremost as well, James, are we actually anticipating? Are we trying to create options for either Jaffa or for my man Kingston? Then 2, we lose it. We see it straight away. James, I want to see you close down. Jaffa, I want to see you close down Junglong too. It's lousy, Junglong. You half did it. James, you didn't really move at all. So that's something that we need to improve. Okay. These are all things I'm highlighting for everybody, not picking on anyone in particular. It's just the rule of we must block that shot. We must close down as soon as possible. Cool. He's playing out from the back. So what we want to see is Toshi get really, really close to my man. James get close so we can just do a little soft touch and it gets to your feet super quickly so you can pass out super quickly. Junglong, my wingers must be on the white lines as wide as possible. Jaffa, you're the centre defender, but when we have possession, you're our centre midfielder. Okay, so we need you much higher. Good, Jaffa, because all I want to see is you receiving behind the front defenders. I want to see you getting in these pockets of space behind and eliminating these pressing players. So well done. This is totally fine so far. So there's the mistake first and foremost. On the left side, James, you should be controlling with your left foot away from the goals and then playing with your left foot. Okay, so that's why it's super important to be able to use both feet. So, James, Toshi, if you ever played left and right defender, talk amongst yourselves and go, hey, look, who do you think is more competent with their left foot? They should play left defense. Okay, so we should not be controlling back to the way that we came from. With your first touch, you should be controlling away from that pressure, James. So here, you should be receiving on your left foot so you can be facing forward and so you can either play through or around. Okay, but here you're going back towards the danger, the goal. That's the last place we want to go. Okay, we want to get that ball away from our goal. So James or whoever plays defense, please ensure if you're on the left side, control your left foot away from the pressing player. So do you see how even if we did have a player here, you're not facing them whatsoever. You're only seeing this. Okay. As soon as the ball does go to James Jaffa, you should be demanding these passes through. Okay. It's a great fix by James, but you would have needed to fix it if you just did the right thing from the get-go. But this is all part of the learning, so well done. Totally fine. We want to really ensure we don't just boot the ball away. We want to try to keep the ball. So even if you go for a long pass, try and see if you can find a teammate and try your best to ensure it doesn't go to their goalkeeper, because then we've just completely lost the ball. He makes mistakes, that's fine. It's a ripper of a kick. With corners, preferably short corner pretty much 90% of the time. If you don't know what the short corner is, someone else should be going to do it. We want to see pass a little tap to your teammate, run around, and then either this guy who now has the ball dribbles through or lays it back off to the person who scores. Once again, we also want to ensure we have players, at least one player at the back post, like here, because it's either going to go through everyone or it's going to go over everyone. We need someone back here. There's no point having a billion people in the middle, it's just going to be congested. So, 1, we need someone doing the short corner. 2, we need someone at the back post, or at least starting here, then maybe run into the back post, or if you see it's going really, really far, you can just stand here and wait for the ball. And then 3, yes, you can have some people in the middle of the box. But that is the last thing that we want to do from a corner, generally. Give it straight to the goalkeeper. So, short corner is the best. So, Ali, you're the striker, totally fine for you to go there. If you're the right winger, feel free to take it. If you're the left winger on the left side, feel free to take the corner. But striker, Ali, go and do the short corner. Where you pass your teammate, Jamie, run behind them. Do not run this side of them because you're offside there, and do the short corner. So, little tap, run around, and game on. Because this is such a waste. Such a waste, and we're on the counter attack. Once again, James and Toshi, Jaffa, there is someone goal side behind you. Definitely a big no-no for this exact reason, but well done, Jaffa, who got there. So we shouldn't be walking here, James. So Jaffa, you know Jaffa's going to need some help because he's getting his back is to everybody, and there's a defender behind him. So James, you should be trying to either move this way or this way to provide an option, and it has to be done with a sprint at speed. Otherwise, we're in danger, and now he's in a 2v1, and then bang, example. So that's when I obviously haven't watched this match, but if we have the smarts, we can recognize that he's probably going to need an option here or there. Okay, and if you were here, congrats, you would have got that pass. But this guy did that job instead, and he beat you to it, James. So these are some things where if we're a little bit lazy or just lack of concentration and using the brain, we're going to get caught out. So Jung Long, out of position. No point being next to Ali. You're a left winger, you should be on the left side. So you're just following Ali and following the ball. Okay. Don't need 2 people pressing this person. Absolute waste of time. We want Ali to press, and then Jung Long, you should be thinking about this guy, but also trying to block any passes through here. So, better positioning would be around here, where you can block the pass, but if it does go, you're close enough to press. Here, you're miles away from everything. So, make sure left wingers are on the left side, right wingers on the right side, striker obviously central. Because now you're running and pretending to defend, but they just beat you easy peasy Jung Long, but now you've given up, and it could have been a go and should have been a go, and lucky Jaffa's a beast. There you go, it's a goal. So there is the issue. From one bad positioning from Jung Long, once again, it's not entirely your fault. Obviously, we should be able to defend here and things like that. But you can see, and this is a good highlight of one person being out of position, changes from whether they score or we score. Because if Jung Long was here, you should be able to recognize from this point on, he's definitely passing And so Junglong, you'd already be on your bike and you would have intercepted. It would have been Ali and Junglong on goal, and it would have been our goal. So because Junglong was out of position, it goes from them scoring instead of us scoring. And plus, that's a really slow reaction, Junglong. From here, you should already know he's passing. But here, you look, you pause, and then you go. You must look at people's body language and see and predict what they're about to do. That's how you get them caught off guard, and that's how you score and win. But the opposite happened. Alright, so just a thing for you, Ali. So because you're quick and talented, you got away with doing this, but you didn't really check your shoulder and you turned exactly into a defender. It's a big no-no. I don't want that. Even though it's kind of worked here, it's not the right choice. Have your arm up, check your shoulder before you even got this ball. You should be checking your shoulder, Ali, and you shouldn't be controlling the ball into the defender. You must be taking your touch away from the defender, but also Jaffa. If you ever play into the midfield, as soon as you pass that ball, Jaffa, you're making a forward run to get it back. Because once again, you have the ball, you're now a midfielder. So Jaffa and Ali should be combining a billion times over. Where it's a pass Jaffa, as you pass, you're continuing your run. Ali bounces you back, Ali continues his run, and then Jaffa and Ali, you're attacking and scoring, or playing to the wingers. So Jaffa, or whoever plays centre defender, when we have the ball, push up the field and be attacking. So many times this is on where we play Jaffa, continue your run, you get it back, Ali opens up and we're on for goal. What I do not want to see is exactly this, where Jaffa plays to Ali, Jaffa stands still and doesn't do anything, and then Ali turns into danger. Everything bad, bad, bad. Even if we somehow score from this, it's not good statistically, it's not how we want to play. Okay, it's not a long-term thing that we want to do. We want to make sure that we do the right things, and then when you play against better competition, you'll still get success. Okay, so when you play in the top div and etc. Jamie, that pressure was very lethargic, very lazy. Can you sprint at speed? Bend your knees, get low, put your arm on his chest, really force him backwards. It was a lousy effort of defending. So if you want to play in the under-12s, we need you to step up there. So Lara, once again, you're in the middle of nowhere. You should already be realizing, hey, look, the goalkeeper is looking this way. Can I press this ball? But the ball's gone. And now Lara, 10 years later, you're going, and they should be able to pass around you, but this guy is not that great, clearly. So what we want to see is not this. We don't want to allow this guy to play forward and see forward, because all he's going to have to do, this guy drops a good team. If he played, bang, and it's got, and then Lara, you're gone. So a million times over with a stronger team, it's dribble, he draws you in, he bounces around you, forwards, runs, and it's game over. So please ensure when we're pressing, Lara, your job is to mark this person and press this person. Jamie, your job is to press this person. Okay. You must understand your position. Because here we're too far away, plus you're allowing them to face forward, and it should be a pass. This guy wanted a 1v1, so he got punished. He shouldn't have 1v1, he should have passed the move. So once again, that shouldn't be Ali going, it should be Jamie going. But well done, Toshi's done his job. So do we see how Toshi pushed up on his man? He realised the ball was on the left side, so Toshi committed to marking the winger. And then Jaffa should be sliding across, James sliding across, and that's all perfect. So brilliant by Toshi. Well done again. Well done again. Perfect. So do we see how Jaffa is using his goalkeeper? That is what we must be doing. And it's something that I spoke to Toshi about last term or the term before. It's so beneficial using your keeper and then finding feet. That's a brilliant pass, goalkeeper. Absolutely phenomenal. Very, very happy with that. What I'd like to see here, Lara, I like you talking, but as you ask for this ball, can you get further wider as you ask for it? So open up wider as you ask for that pass. Otherwise, as the ball gets come here, your first touch is probably going to bobble here, and you're going to get closed down straight away. It's a good position, but I prefer you a bit. Exactly, what did I just say? So exactly what I said before I saw it, I'd even know Lara's going to get the ball. So this is the type of knowledge and game IQ you're going to need. You need to be able to predict what's going to happen in the future. So exactly what I said did happen without me even knowing it. Where his first touch is going to bobble into that defender. I'm like a wizard, right? So please understand when I'm telling you something, it's for good reason. I probably have somewhat of an idea of what I'm saying. Okay, so like I said, from here we should be opening up our body and opening up the pitch as we're running, and we're arcing our run. So then our first touch is far away from those defenders. Okay, as a reminder, exactly what I said did happen. So for the players who think they know everything and go, what is Kyle on about? Congrats, I know my stuff. Okay, this is what I do. So do we see the difference between not playing our goalkeeper and playing our goalkeeper? So Jaffa usually plays his goalkeeper and things work out well. Jaffa wants to turn into a defender, things turn out bad. Luckily James got a foot in there, and James did really, really well there. Keep that ball close to your feet, Jamie. Don't force it forward, keep it close. If you need to turn back, put your foot on the ball, turn. So once again, Lara, make the pitch bigger. Stretch the pitch as wide as you can, make it big. And then as the ball's coming, you can run in behind. Let's just skip ahead. Just because I want to see different people on the pitch, even if you're on the pitch, even if you're off the pitch, the same rules apply with whatever I say in terms of they're just universal laws. For example, how I said to Lara, she should be opening up the ball, wrong team. How I said to Lara, she should have opened up the pitch bigger so she didn't lose the ball there. With the positioning of left and right winger should be up here, looking to press this player, Lara. Jamie should be pressing this player, and Ali should be dropping into mark whoever's in the middle. So I would say, Ali, that's probably the wrong choice. It's just the goalkeeper isn't a goalkeeper. Because from that off-balance shooting near post, and your goalkeeper's saving that, you're so off-balance, you probably shouldn't be taking that shot. So this is what I say about just because you get success in one moment doesn't mean it's the right choice. So having this shot to near post, any day of the week, a goalkeeper saving that, I think he's just a player in guts. So, even if you get success with one moment, for example, if you somehow dribble past 10 players, that's not meaning it's the right choice. Even though it worked, it's not the right choice. Let's see how he's set up for the goal kick. Jaffa needs to get much higher into midfield because I want him receiving behind these defenders. Toshi and James, I want you really close to the goalkeeper, so it's just a short pass. And then as he dribbles at you, runs at you, you can play really wide around. But if you receive the ball here, Toshi, one, the ball takes longer to get to you, so this guy's going to close you down quicker. And three, your angle to play out to the wing is really small. So here, if I get closed down, I can only play out here, which Lara's not getting to. But if I receive the ball here, let's delete it. If I receive the ball here, where James is, if James is here, and I get pressed like this, it's so much easier to make these passes out wide. Rather than if I'm closed down here, James can only play out here, which is no good. Okay, so we can't get to Lara. But if James is here and he gets pressed, that option to Lara is still on. Hopefully this makes sense. So once again, football is a brain game. You just need the skills to facilitate the brain part of it.